Well, hello beautiful people, my name is Bridget and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all having an awesome day, and today's video is going to be a follow-up to a video I did last week. So today we're talking about makeup brands that could possibly be closing as far as our own speculation. I took a lot of comments from the video I did on Becca closing. Becca Cosmetics is shutting down, and I talked about it in a video, and a lot of the comment sections were giving suggestions of brands you guys were suspecting to close soon. So today I want to talk about these brands, think about what I think they could do to improve if they are struggling. Of course, I don't know their like financial status, these brands and stuff, but I'm just gonna talk about your speculation, give you my own feedback, and let's get started. Alright guys, again, my own speculation, my own thoughts. If you love any of these brands, don't take offense to it. I'm just gonna give suggestions I think they can do to improve, as well as like why I think people think they're struggling. So let's start off with the first one that I gave at the end of that video as far as what I think may be in trouble in the future, and that is Smashbox. So Smashbox is the brand I chose because when I think of Becca, Smashbox is kind of the same along the lines that I think of. So Smashbox has staple products, just like Becca had staple products as their highlighters. For Smashbox, it's their primer waters and their primers and stuff. People do like their foundations, and once in a while I see someone use their eyeshadow, but they're not known for those things. Those are not best sellers by any means, and I don't feel like these products, like the primers from Smashbox, are good enough on their own to be worth the price tag and the hype behind them. Like, there's so many good, like, especially if your thing is primers, like I feel like Smashbox is, in my opinion, they need to be fantastic for their price point. And I feel like drugstore primers in general have been so much better in the last couple years that unless it really does something for the skin, you know, what's the point? And I feel like they're the same thing, just replicated a lot, like different versions, slightly different versions of the same thing done over and over again. So for me, Smashbox is a brand that I don't see innovating anything. I think their packaging is beautiful, but if they had, let's say the exact same products, like they didn't change in their products, they lowered their price point. Let's say they have a $42 foundation, they made it $32. They knocked some price tags down to compete with the middle ground kind of brands that are not super cheap but not super expensive. That would do a lot better for the brand. So that would be my suggestion to Smashbox, whether to do more fun things with the whole, they have a lot of packaging that's black with a bright color, like contrast and stuff. If they did more of that, I feel like it'd be better for the brand. So that and lowering their price point, which a lot of them I think is lowering the price point, because a lot of makeup is expensive, you guys. That was the one I chose for the one I would worry about. Next up is the most suggested one from my comment section in the last video, and that is Stila. Now, Stila is known for those liquid eyeshadows, those little glitter and glow liquid eyeshadows. They also have a ton of different types of those liquid eyeshadows and stuff, and they're beautiful, and I have quite a few myself, and I love them. However, every other brand is making them at a way lower price point than they are, so I feel like brands duped them and then outdid them. Like, there are beautiful Stila liquid eyeshadows, but they do dry out. They're not gonna last forever. I mean, they're liquid in a container. They're gonna get dry, especially if you open it more. And you could literally get the same kind of colors. Like, my favorite color from theirs is Perlina, and it's just, there's better drugstore ones. Like, the e.l.f. ones are pretty good for $5 instead of 21 or whatever they charge. And they're also always in limited edition packagings and stuff, or little mini size kits that come in for limited edition points and then end up in TJ Maxx. It's another brand you see in TJ Maxx a lot. You will find Smashbox stuff in Nordstrom Rack, but these are brands that do the discounted stores, and they're known for a specific thing that other brands do for a cheaper price point, and nothing they're coming out with is selling as revolutionary, I guess. Next up on the list is Pure Cosmetics, and I personally think Pure will probably be around for a while after like 2021 stuff is over. So Pure, their quality is fine. Now they have a beautiful Love Your Selfie like 2-in-1 foundation, and it is absolutely stunning, and I love that foundation. If they went out of business, I'm stocking up on that freaking foundation. It has like a little pump you can use, or there's a wand on the inside, which I love. So they have great foundation, and some people like the packaging and themes for their eyeshadow. They have a Raw Beauty Christie collection they had earlier last year. They have a Barbie collection they've done twice now. Like, they do collections. They did a Jessica Rabbit one. They have collections people find fun, and then the regular stuff are just kind of like meep, middle ground. I've had some of their eyeshadows that I really like for the tones, not necessarily for the most amazing quality in the world, but the tones of it were really nice. Or like they have a really cute theme. Like, I really enjoyed the Jessica Rabbit theme. I thought it was really pretty packaging. But as far as quality goes, it's okay. Like, it's nothing revolutionary other than the foundation. Foundation is great, but anything else I've tried from Pure is just meep, They've also had the worst foundation I've ever tried in my life, which was their stick foundation. That was literally the worst. They have a beautiful foundation, then they have a really horrible one. So I don't know. I feel like they don't have anything that's, I don't know. They don't have like a signature collection. Like, oh, one thing they're known for. It's literally one product, whereas like with Smashbox, their thing is primers, or Becca was highlighters. That's a range of things. But Pure only has like the one specific thing, just has a lot of shades in it. Also, if you're looking for discounted Pure products, you can find discounted Pure products at Kohl's. If you find these places at discounted prices, I'll tell you where you can find them, where I've seen them at before. Next up on the list is Loreal. Now, I love Loreal eyeshadows because they have a lot of cool tones and it feels very professional. But they're known for like these big pro palettes, right? The big Mega Pro palettes. They haven't released one in quite a while. They have released some palettes lately that I've seen, but honestly, nothing that I see people reviewing. It's not a brand that really appeals to the kind of influencer marketing these days. As you see, like, people review this brand a lot, it gets talked about a lot. They don't really go for that kind of marketing, it seems like. I feel like Loreal has sold to professional makeup artists and kits, but there's a lot more brands for that kind of audience or market now, that I don't feel like Loreal is the #1 go-to thing for that. They do a lot of matte shadows. Their matte shadows are good, like they're good eyeshadows. But they need more than just like, here's a palette full of nudes, here's another palette full of nudes, here's another palette full of nudes. And then lately they've been doing more colorful, bright colors, but the color schemes seem random and not well put together. And they need other things just other than eyeshadow in their collection to make them really stand out. Like if they brought back, here's my opinion for Loreal. If they brought back that Pirates of the Caribbean face palette, I loved that thing, you guys. I still have it. It's so good. Like they need to bring that back because I ran out of the contour color again. But they've done collaborations like the Pirates of the Caribbean. That's really fun. But most of the time they don't do that, and they don't market themselves as they should. Also, Loreal products you can also find at Nordstrom Rack. Next up is the Balm. The Balm is always known for their cutesy vintage theme packaging, which I love and I think is really pretty. However, what is the last thing they launched? Because I don't know. Now, the Balm products you can find on clearance in Kohl's, as well as they come a lot of times in subscription boxes. Now, someone who has talked to people behind the scenes at subscription boxes and stuff, the Balm's price point for their product for them to make them is really low. That's why you see them in boxes a lot. The base price that they pay, and they want to like make the money back to go inside a subscription box, is really low. Like their products do not cost them much at all because they're mass produced. That's why you see them a lot in boxes. But their products are all basically the same thing with like a little different girl on the front. Like they're, oh, we put these couple together and made like a little palette out of it, but we already had these products. Or it's just like, ooh, here's another mediocre highlight, because their highlights are like what they're known for is the Mary Luminizer and stuff. It's okay, like it's not glowy, like beautiful highlight like, you know, I would wear, or a lot of people would wear on the internet these days. They have really good powder blushes. Not people really use their eyeshadow anymore. Their eyeshadows have a really bad rap and really bad reputation, but they could do something with that cutesy theme. My ideas for the Balm as to how they could improve would be to really step up their pigmentation on their eyeshadows, market more towards things like Benefit does, who has a very similar theme, which would focus on more eye products. Balm come out with some really cool, innovative, really black eyeliner. Their packaging needed more contrast. It's very washed out. All the colors they use are very similar as well, so they did more contrast of like the black and the pink together. Would really make everything pop and stand out. I feel like their packaging is very boring and basic and not really appealing to many people anymore. So it's really staple products that are being bought from the Balm. They really popped up the contrast, really went for like a more modern take on their packaging. It would improve greatly. Next up on the brand list, people were like, ooh, Hourglass took a hit and Becca took a list. I've not seen anything saying that Hourglass is shutting down. So if you know something I don't, let me know. But Hourglass. So Hourglass, I feel like they have cute products, but they're for the luxury audience, and that's not who their marketing is directed towards, it seems like. It seems like they're marketed towards like a high-end brand that's for everyone, but really with their packaging and price tags, they're like trying to be like the most luxurious thing in the world. I feel like a lot of the packaging looks cheap. Like they have the clear plastic, which looks like very clinical and nice and stuff, but it's on the cheaper end, especially for their price tag. Like, oh my gosh. And I feel like Hourglass also has a ton of limited edition products, which does not appeal to many people because if you love it, you can't get it again, which is a lot of turnoffs for some people. And I totally get that, by the way. But Hourglass is one of those brands that I'm like, you do not have reason to be this expensive. Like, they're mostly known for like their face powders and their highlighters and stuff, and sometimes people like their complexion products. But why are they so expensive? That's what I've never used anything from Hourglass. Why are they so expensive, you guys? People love their stuff, but like, who can afford it? You're also like, I'm always seeing advertisements and stuff, but I am not the audience for like the high-end luxury brand, you know? Next up is Urban Decay. A lot of people think Urban Decay is in trouble, and I personally don't because I find a lot of products appealing just for my own alternative aesthetic. However, I do think they could use some different marketing choices as far as like they came coming out with these naked palettes. I know it was great 10 years ago, which it sounds shady, but it's really not. I'm trying to be constructive here. A Wild West theme is not a naked palette. A cherry theme is not naked. Like, it doesn't make any sense anymore. They're just putting the word naked on it because it's what they're known for. But you can let that certain series die and still be a fantastic brand. Like, they had that Born to Run palette, which was kind of the same kind of color scheme, but way more interesting than their new Wild West palette. To me, I feel like if they went more towards those kind of palettes, even if they were smaller like the naked palettes, they would do so much better. Also, I feel like the price tag for Urban Decay is a little bit much. $21 for a pencil eyeliner seems like a lot to me. I know I usually wear the Tarte Fake Awake in my waterline, which I'm wearing today also. Is $20, but lasts forever. I feel like with the Urban Decay pencils, you have to sharpen them a lot. You lose a lot of product. And then like all their palettes usually go on half sale, or anytime there's a Ulta 31 Days of Beauty or whatever, 21 Days of Beauty? 21 Days of Beauty. There's always on sale. Like, I can always expect to see an Urban Decay palette on sale. If they would just lower their price point or make their packaging or their color schemes way more insane and crazy like they used to be, way like out there, like, ooh, who's gonna buy this? It's crazy looking but beautiful. That would be really good for the brand. I would also love to see more collaborations like the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani collection. Can we do another Gwen Stefani collab, please? Urban Decay, oh my gosh. But if they did more of those, I feel like it would be really good for the brand as well. They did collaborations with Kristen Leanne, they did collaborations with Game of Thrones, and I feel like at least the Game of Thrones one probably sold pretty well, even though it was done improperly in my own personal opinion. They have the experience in the space, they have everything it takes, they have the edgy colors and the contrast people are looking for at an okay price point, but it's still a little high. Like, they have a great foundation, they have great eyeshadows, they have great eyeliners and everything. They have a ton of great things in their line, but they need to focus more on the edge part of it. They keep making these like naked palettes that are slightly colorful and don't match the naked theme, and you could just like go for it, you know? The last one is another one I disagree with, and this is Bare Minerals. Y'all thought Bare Minerals was in trouble, but honestly, as someone who worked at Ulta for a few months, Bare Minerals sells really well because it's people who are, I'm just gonna say it, who have a little bit more of a mature skin. They love Bare Minerals complexion products. They love their powder, they love their foundation, they sell really well. Also, Bare Minerals also at stores and stuff has a lot of promotions, so you'll buy $40 worth of stuff, which is usually like one thing from them, and then you'll get like a little free kit, and people love that. So I don't think Bare Minerals is in trouble, but I do think they're pretty boring. But like, I don't know if it's good or not. It could be. I can't recall the last thing I tried from them. But anyways, you guys, oh, also Bare Minerals you can find at TJ Maxx. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. I greatly appreciate it. If there's any brands that you think are in trouble and I missed, let me know down below. I'd love to hear it. Just let me know your opinions, and I'll see you guys in the next one.